What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I will talk about one of the fragrances that does not get the proper love in fragrance community. It is Bijan for Men. Yes, this fragrance was introduced to me by one of my closest friends. He told me about this fragrance and I was kind of skeptical about it. I thought it's going to smell very synthetic because it's so cheap, but then I gave it a try, and from the first sniff, from the first spray, I fell in love with this fragrance. Bijan, as you can tell from the bottle, is an 80s fragrance. It was launched in 1981, and you can tell from the shape of the bottle, and it totally smells like the bottle looks like. So it has that 80s vibe to it. So this one was launched, as I said, in 1981, and it was relaunched again in 1987, and it won the Fifi Award in 1988. And even though it won the Fifi Award, nobody ever talks about this fragrance, or at least I haven't heard anyone talking about this fragrance. So let's talk about it then. Now, Bijan, from the beginning, like when you spray it, the initial vibe or chords that you get from it, it's very aromatic. It's very woody. It's warm, spicy. It's fresh, spicy. It's earthy. And it's floral at the same time. Now, let's not the floral scare you. It's not a feminine type of fragrance. It's actually very manly. Like I said, it's very 80s manly type of a fragrance. So the floral makes it more, because it has a lot of manliness in it, the floral makes it more clean and makes it more fresh, so it doesn't give you a headache. So that's what I love about this fragrance. So the dry down on this is also beautiful. It has the most gorgeous dry down, and that's what I fell in love with. So when you spray it initially, give it time, and you will see what kind of a masterpiece this fragrance is. So now, let's talk about some of the notes of this fragrance. This fragrance has a lot of notes, and it kind of reminds me of Roja fragrances, because Roja has all these notes in it and he blends them so well together, and the notes are so contrasting that you're like, how the hell is this gonna work? On the paper, it doesn't look right, but then when you smell it, you're like, how did he make it work? And the same thing on here. When you look at the notes, there's tons of notes in there. But when you smell it, you just understand that, wow, this is just phenomenal. It's amazing. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the top notes, which are mostly fruity notes, which has lemon, bergamot, has mandarin, and also has lavender. But one note that stood out as a top note for me was the musk note. Musk is usually used as a base note, but they use it as a top note in this one. So you can smell that right away when you smell, which I totally love, which it gives it that really strong, manly type of a smell to this fragrance. Now, as far as the middle notes goes, you get all the floral ones. You get the beautiful carnation, my favorite one, iris, you get rose, you get also amber, and you get some honey in there, and you get a lot of other stuff, and you get also ylang ylang. But there's a lot more that I don't remember and I cannot cover. But this as far as the floral part goes. Now, the base notes are tonka bean, patchouli, leather, and more musk. As you know, patchouli makes the fragrance earthy. That's how you get the earthy vibe about it. And then also the tonka bean makes it kind of sweet bitterish, which it does have that. And then you got the leather and the musk, which makes it really manly and animalistic, which this one definitely has it as well, which I truly love about this fragrance. So this is as far as the notes goes. This is as far as I have for notes. Now, let's talk about performance and longevity. For this price of a fragrance, I would say it has a phenomenal performance and longevity. It lasts for a long time. On my skin, lasts about 8 hours, and the dry down goes on for 24 hours. Even when I take a shower, I come out, I can still smell it on my wrist. So that's as far as the performance goes for the price. Now, the sillage is beastly, so be careful with the trigger. Know what occasion or event you're going to be using this for, and be careful how you use the trigger on this. So if you're about to get in a car with a bunch of people, please don't overspray it, because you're going to kill all your friends in the car and you will never see them again, and you don't want that. So I would definitely see where I'm going and spray it accordingly. So if you're going to a club, definitely you can do 4 or 5 sprays and you will stand out, and that's what you want. You want your fragrance to stand out over other people's fragrances. If you're going to an office, I would not recommend this. This is not an office fragrance. But if you're closing a deal, if there's a big deal about to be closed and you want to smell bossy and you want to smell dominant, I would definitely spray this. 2 spray would do great for a small room, or even 1 spray, but it has that clean and it has that powerful smell and classy smell about it, which makes people to kind of listen to and want to hear what you have to say. So that would work in that situation. Now, if you're going to an event that has an 80s vibe to it and you have that type of a Miami Vice suit on, or something like what I have on, you can also definitely pull this off. So that is as far as this sillage goes on this fragrance. It's phenomenal. Now, as far as the compliments, everybody wants to know if you get lots of compliments from the girls. So let me tell you this. Again, that all depends. This fragrance does not have the modern DNA. It's not like Bleu de Chanel, it's not like Sauvage, it's not like Creed Aventus, it's not like those freshy ones. It is fresh, it does have fruity notes in it, it has floral notes in it, but it still has that classic 80s vibe to it. And it falls under the category of more like a Roja Dove type of a stuff. So it's very heavy, very classy. I do not see a 25-year-old guy pull this off. You definitely have to be over 30, 35 to be able to pull this off. But as far as compliments goes, yes, you do get a lot of compliments. I did get a lot of compliments when I wore this. People love this on me. It does smell very classy, especially if you wear the right outfit and also if you have the right personality for it. So that's as far as the compliments goes. Now, we already kind of talked about what kind of a person I see wearing this, type of a Miami Vice type of a person, type of a guy I see wearing this, and also the events we talked about. And the only thing that we're left with is comparison. Does this remind me on anything? Yes, it does. And a lot of people are going to probably hate me for it. And the number one person that's going to hate me for saying this is Roja Dove. And no disrespect, I know your fragrances, the quality of them are just phenomenal and are just above any other fragrance. I understand that. But this does give me a kind of a hint or a kind of a nostalgic feeling of the fetish. It gives me that. It has that dry down of the fetish. So it reminds me on fetish and it falls under that category. If you like fetish, you're gonna love this. So that's all I have today for Bijan for Men. I have not tried any other flankers from Bijan, which I will in the future, and I will definitely do reviews on it. But this is for this one for Bijan, and I think this one is the original one. And I think this one had the best feedback as far as the other ones goes. I don't know, but I tried this because, again, my friend kind of introduced me to it. And like I said, right now it's in one of my top fragrances in my collection and I use it a lot. So if you want something classy, something that smells expensive and you don't want to break the bank, I would definitely go and blind buy this and not even worry about it, because it's very cheap and it smells phenomenal and nobody would know how much you spent on it. They think it's a $200-300 a bottle. So I would definitely give it a try. And if you already have it, please leave in the comments section what you think about it. I would love to know your opinion, and I will see you guys with another video. Peace and ciao. Bye.